This time we'll start with Congressman Steve Pearce. New Mexico has a serious workforce shortage that includes nurses, therapists, psychologists, psychiatry, and direct care providers. How do you propose to reverse the workforce shortage issue in New Mexico?
Well, the easy answer is that we pay more. Unfortunately, then we bump up against that problem at the budget, and the teachers need to be paid more, and the people who work in the bureaucracies and Santa Fe need to pay more. And so, again, this stuff gets very, very difficult to unthread. Generally, I have a rule of thumb that you start with what you have and do what you can. Starting with what we have, we spend a lot of money out of state. New Mexico tax dollars going out of state to providers. I saw the example of one client that cost $1,300 a day. That money is spent out of state. We should bring those people that have been assigned out of state back to New Mexico and bring the specialist in. At $1,300 a day, you can afford to pay quite a bit more. That's starting where we are with what we have, so bring them home. The estimates I see are that we've got 150 people in that category, and if they all come home, that's a significant budget to pay a lot of providers a fairly high wage. So start where you are with what you have, bring the people home. Secondly, look at how you're spending money on the service without addressing the service. If we take the estimate, the Cook County Jail has 30% of its inmates are mentally ill, and if we just use that figure, 30%, 35% something, every one of those people who have a mental illness has to be arrested. That requires police time. They have to be booked. That requires time. Then they have to be put in the judicial system. Then they got to be incarcerated at generally $90 a day, and we could be treating them. One example I heard is that we had 270 arrests, none since the treatment. Finally, I would require able-bodied people without children to go back to work if you're on Medicaid. 905,000 people. That's where you're going to get the workers for the nurses and those skilled positions. They find that they can quit work and go home and get the same pay. So cure that, and we'll move a long way.